I'm Cheryl, and I'd like to do a little demonstration of the Big Shot, which I was talking to Casey about, and I wanted to show you guys a little bit about how it works. So this is a regular standard die, and it's going to cut out the top note shape. So I just make a sandwich with these clear cutting pads and put my paper on top, and it'll cut out the shape. You just crank it through, and it can cut through fabric or sheet metal or balsa wood or cork or magnet sheets. It can cut up to 5 pieces of paper at a time. It's just fabulous. This is another shape called the lattice die, and it makes lots of little pieces of confetti, but it's a nice elegant shape. These are 2 of my favorite dies that we offer because they're so versatile. This is one of our 3D dies. So it's going to cut out a 3D shape. This one is the pillow box. And you can actually get 4 of these pillow boxes from one 12 by 12 sheet of paper. So I cut this one out from our, what was it called? Jolly Holiday, maybe, from the Idea Book and Catalog. And I'm just going to fold at the creases. It cuts it and scores it for me. So I just have to fold on the score lines. And it helps if you crease it with your bone folder. And then put a little bit of adhesive on the flap there. If I were putting something heavy in it, I might use some stronger adhesive, but for now I'll just use some of our snail adhesive. Fold it over, pop it open, tuck the ends in, and it makes this adorable little pillow box. Next, I'm going to show you our Textured Impressions embossing folders. So for these, you need this platform that I've got it on called the multi-purpose platform to make the sandwich thick enough. And you just put a piece of cardstock or paper inside the folder and roll it through, and it makes this beautiful raised dry embossed impression. That's a really deep impression. I'm going to go ahead and sponge over it with some ink just so you can see it better. This is definitely a technique that you can use to enhance the design, although in person the design is just nice and impressive. And I think I did at least one example of this dry embossing maybe on Casey's Hostess Gift. Here's another one of our folders. The first one I used was called Elegant Lines, and it just embosses part of the surface. And this one is going to emboss the whole surface. This one, I believe, is our vintage wallpaper. So this is a nice repeating pattern where if you wanted to emboss a longer sheet of cardstock, you could just line up what you had already done and scoot the paper over and continue the pattern. And all the accessories for the Big Shot are going to be at the back of the Idea Book and Catalog in the accessories section. There's a whole section there devoted to the Big Shot. This is called an embosslet. It's a teeny tiny folder that both cuts and embosses the paper at the same time. This is the Beautiful Wings embosslet. So it's going to cut out 5 small butterflies for us, and it's going to emboss them all with different patterns. The largest one is a nice match with the Elegant Lines folder that I showed you a minute ago. And it'll make a striped one and a polka dot one. And these look great if you ink up the edges so that you can see them a little bit better. You can stick a brad through the center and fold up the wings so that it gives it some more dimension. There's the smallest one. So you can see all 5 butterflies that it cut out and embossed. And I'll go ahead and sponge up the biggest one so you can see the embossing a little bit better. He's